Hello everybody, and welcome back to Clan Generator, where last time MountainClan began their journey as an official clan. And so far it hasn't exactly gone the best, at least not on all accounts, because already we have lost Brave Holly here, who was one of our best warriors. So hopefully this episode goes a little bit better for this clan. So let's begin with a time skip. Sleekstar rests their muzzle on Rhymed Apple's head and declares them to be a full warrior of MountainClan, honoring their energy. And our Medicine Cat apprentice that was made Medicine Cat apprentice just for a couple moons tripped over a small trunk and made some bruises. I think Sleekstar is especially annoyed by that. And it's noticed some of the mullion went bad. They'll have to be replaced with new ones. So let's take a look at our cats. Sleekstar is wondering how Brush Sprout is doing. Interesting. Hornet Talon wonders how Otterpaw is doing. Brush Sprout has been hearing the voices of StarClan cats. Interesting. Quailthorn is napping. Elderpaw wants to get to know Rhymed Apple better. Rosefeather is wondering what Sleekstar is thinking. Scratch Eagle gets an injured clanmate a piece of fresh kill, and Rhymed Apple is eavesdropping on Brush Sprout. Otterpaw is getting caught trying to sneak out of camp. And that is it. Okay. So last time we figured that Otterpaw and Elderpaw are actually siblings, with Rhymed Apple here being the daughter of Rosefeather. So that's the current family tree we have going here. I should really edit these cats to have them all have those relations, because I can do stuff like that now. Notable relationship events this moon are that Hornet Talon was trying to sneak out of camp with Rosefeather. Quailthorn covered for Sleekstar on something minor. Rhymed Apple and Hornet Talon swapped prey. Sleekstar said something that rubbed Rhymed Apple the wrong way. Sleekstar, Elderpaw, and Quailthorn took a sun bath. Brush Sprout and Hornet Talon were sparring. Brush Sprout thinks Scratch Eagle is acting stuck up and rude. And Scratch Eagle wants to spend more time with Quailthorn. And of course the siblings are congratulating each other. Since Hornet Talon was coming up with a plan to sneak out of camp with Rosefeather, we are going to send them on patrol, because why not? Oh dear. Well, we've got to always proceed, so... Oh man, as the patrol is sniffing around the burrow entrance, there's a clatter of rocks. It's difficult to say who is more surprised, cats or badger. There's a confused rush of paws and flying fur as the patrol scatters and the beast charges for the set. Rosefeather is battered in the process, but everyone gets home safe in the end, including the badger. Wow, there was basically a cave-in and everybody went running. But Rosefeather got a mangled tail. I guess it does serve them right for sneaking outside of camp, although as warriors they have every right to go on a patrol with just 2 members by themselves. So this is kind of a moot point. And look at the snow! Oh my gosh, that means this is our first leaf bear, which isn't usually a good thing. But none of the challenge rules actually kick in till 10 moons, so... Well, not none of them, but most of them don't kick in till 10 moons. So next moon is gonna be the difficult one. Actually, the one after that, because it's technically 10 moons, you know, then the next moon would be the one. So we will have to deal with that risk of a deadly leaf bear event. Quailthorn. Yeah, we'll send the medicine cats out on patrol. Brush Sprout can stay in camp just to heal cats, and we will have these 2 go on an herb gathering patrol. Ooh. Well, we must proceed. Quailthorn follows the strange sounds of the wind and finds the bodies of an unknown queen with her kits beside them, slowly getting cold. Elderpaw goes back to camp to find help bringing their bodies back to camp and pay respects. Wow. they are dead. That is really sad. We didn't get to them in time. Poor kits. It is Leaf Bear, and that is a tragic truth of the place these cats live in. Hopefully it won't be any of our cats. Alright, on that cheery note, let's continue on with patrols. Since Otterpaw's mentor is unavailable, they will go on patrol with the rest of the warriors, and... Ooh. Wow. Okay. I don't know if this counts as a failed patrol or not. But again, those rules don't kick in until Moon 11. Checking up on StarClan, Brave Hully is proud of Hornet Talon, so, interesting. Well, that's a good thing. Well, that's good. Elderpaw's bruises have healed, and Quailthorn still remembers when Elderpaw was just a kid batting around in the medicine den and asking endless questions about everything under the sun. Quailthorn chuckles with fondness as Elder Lion asks why their new name was chosen with shining eyes and twitching whiskers. Now that is an epic name. And some of the wild garlic went bad. Let's check up on our relationships here. Hornet Talon finds the way Rhymed Apple acts increasingly uncomfortable. Hornet Talon had a spat with Otterpaw. Man, Hornet Talon's having a rough day here. Rosefeather asks Rhymed Apple how they're doing. Rosefeather is yelling at Otterpaw. Rosefeather is telling Otterpaw about a hunting technique. Sleekstar is having a wonderful time discussing recent clan news with Otterpaw. Elder Lion wishes they could get their pelt to shine like Scratch Eagles. Bushsprout thinks they can tell Hornet Talon something important. And Otterpaw and Elder Lion had an argument about who should get a pretty feather and end up destroying it. Wow. Oh dear. Also, you might be able to see that I changed some things. I totally did it in like 10 seconds. No, I'm kidding. I had a bit of a break, and in that break this is really, in a way, one of those episodes that has 2 parts that I end up splicing together, so we'll see how that ends up looking, but yes, part 1 was like 6 minutes, so hopefully I don't end up breaking this episode into like 5-6 minute segments or something. I don't know. Anyway, Quailthorn is now officially listed as Sleekstar's mother. Brushsprout also has unknown parents, and Quailthorn is thinking about taking on a new apprentice after Elder Lion was just trained into a full medicine cat. Also, this is what Elder Lion looks like. Pretty cool. And his parent is now listed as Hornet Talon. Rosefeather is listed as having Brushsprout as her mother. Scratch Eagle still doesn't have parents. Rhymed Apple has Rosefeather. Otterpaw has Hornet Talon, and that is it. Otterpaw also, as you can see, is a bit behind on his training, so he'll have to work hard to try and catch up. Brave Holly, chill. There are no cats in the Dark Forest. Although, then again, maybe there should be, canonically, as you can see, StarClan's pretty empty, whereas this clan started out with more than just these 2 cats that have now met an untimely end. So perhaps there are more cats lurking in the Dark Forest than one might have thought. No wonder Otterpaw is behind in his training. Rosefeather, his mentor, is currently unavailable to train him. So perhaps Sleekstar will take it upon himself to bring out the apprentice and help them to get their warrior name, along with Scratch Eagle, the overachiever who got his name when he was still an adolescent. They hear an odd sound coming from just beyond a rockfall. Well, we always must proceed in this clan, so... Scratch Eagle drops down into a hunting crouch, certain the mouse must be a source of the noise. They find themselves to be correct when they pounce across the rocks and return to the patrol with the tasty morsel dangling from their mouth. Wow. Scratch Eagle is a champ. And look at him, he's also offering to take somebody else's chores. I love Scratch Eagle. Ooh, interesting. They have an in-depth conversation, and by the time they head back to camp, they have a good idea of what they should do with the information. And just like in StarClan, we are going to be using a prophecy generator for this. 3 will become 6 when moon runs red. The stars will cascade, and the feather of the hawk shall smother all that threatens the sage. The sedge? I don't know, S-E... Sedge. Sedge. 1 will become 2. Interesting. I don't really know what it means. There's 3 becoming 6 and 1 becoming 2, and then there's a hawk and a sedge. I don't even really know what a sedge is. I think it's some sort of plant. Well, Scratch Eagle is the closest thing in this clan to a hawk, so maybe we should keep an eye on him. Ooh. Should we antagonize or should we proceed? Because MountainClan isn't exactly one to just let cats walk all over their land. We got their deputy. I feel like she would antagonize if she knew it was another clan, but maybe it's a cat who would join us. Ooh! The patrol follows the sound, ready to confront the intruder. They come upon a large kitty pet that's sniffing around. They begin to approach, but the kitty pet immediately turns on them. Rhymedapple doesn't have enough time to move as the kitty pet launches a quick attack. Hornet Talon bats the kitty pet away and helps Rhymedapple back to camp. Ooh, we should have antagonized. That was bad. Maybe if we had taken the surprise advantage, we could have had that have a different outcome. I definitely think Hornet Talon would keep that in mind. How embarrassing, too, to have been beaten by a kitty pet. Yeah, Rhymedapple's never gonna live that one down, and this is a pretty unsuccessful patrol. Thankfully, it's not Moon 11 quite yet. We're gonna be in for a tough one, though. Well, it's officially Moon 11, which means the challenge is kicking into full gear. And Rose Feather is watching her only child be finally named a warrior. Otterfade. Oh. And Otterpaw finally became a warrior, being named Otterfade. But soon after, Otterfade's tail got crushed, and the moss went bad. The moss? Like, seriously? Well, up here, not much lasts for long in terms of plant life. Relationship-wise, Hornet Talon is congratulating Otterpaw. Rosefeather finds a bit of fluff that reminds them of Hornet Talon and thinks about giving it to them. Quailthorn wants to explore the whole territory with Brushsprout. Aw, that's cute. Rhymedapple wants to spend more time with Quailthorn. Sleekstar and Quailthorn heckled another clan at the gathering. Yeah, that's definitely MountainClan attitude right there. Elderline gives Brushsprout a task. Brushsprout complains Sleekstar never does anything helpful. Scratch Eagle, meanwhile, thinks Quailthorn is very helpful, and Hornet Talon is complaining about Otterfade. Sleekstar feels content, even though a lot of his clan is injured. Hornet Talon is grateful for time spent with Briar Feather. Interesting. Maybe she has some relation to Briarfeather. Brushsprout is checking up on the warriors. Quailthorn helps a warrior regain their strength. Elderlion refuses to share gossip at the half-moon meeting. Rosefeather is feeling sassy today. Scratch Eagle is feeling gloomy. Rhymed Apple wonders how Sleekstar is doing. Well, he's doing fine, apparently. And Otterfade is eavesdropping on Brushsprout while she's in the medicine den getting treated by Brushsprout. Makes sense. So we have Bunga here, who is absolutely gorgeous, and definitely the kind of kitty pet we might want in our clan. Unfortunately, I don't think she'll ever come to join us. She does seem quite scared of us. Interestingly enough, Brave Holly is thinking about their ancient ancestors. Most of their ancient ancestors do belong to SwampClan, however, they are kind of enemies with at the moment. You've got to be kidding me. I just rolled for this moon's predator attack, and the first moon the challenge kicks into full gear, we are getting ourselves a predator attack. I just don't even know at this point. Now we roll from 1 to 6 to see how many cats the predators could potentially attack, and we got a 1, which I guess is ideal. As you can see, it is Leaf Bear, which means that only white cats are excluded under the challenge. Looking at our cat list, that excludes only Sleekstar and maybe Hornet Talon. Unfortunately, I don't think Hornet Talon makes the cut either, as although she is partially white, the rest of her fur is dark patterns, which would also stand out against the snow. Now we roll for which cat is attacked. Since Sleekstar is excluded, we're not going to include him in our count, just these cats, 1 through 8. And Quailthorn is attacked. Oh. Her chances of survival are much less than, say, an adult cat. But probably still more than a kit, looking at this. Actually, yeah, she has slightly more chance to survive and be injured instead than a kit. So let's roll to see what happens. For some reason, I wrote this challenge with the low number being, yeah, you can see here, the low number is good. So, yeah, she survives. Just barely, she survives without even being scathed. So I shouldn't say just barely, but she is fine. She manages to fend off the predator just fine by herself, which is fair considering she does have warrior experience. She's a great fighter, and whatever predator was targeting her wasn't big enough to really target more than one cat. Phew, we have survived our first event as MountainClan, and if that seemed incredibly complex and kind of confusing, yeah, I tend to write challenges that way. Like, SavannahClan has a literal a literal counter that counts down all the way to, I think it's 25 for the chance out of 100 that they will be attacked by the fire, so I shouldn't say attacked, because fires don't really attack, but you get the point. So yeah, my challenges that I write for these clans are really, really complex. And if you actually want to see SavannahClan's full challenge, that is up on the Clan Gen Discord. I'll put a link for that in the description if you guys want to see that. MountainClan's isn't up yet, because procrastination and life, but I'll get it up there eventually, and I'll post a link when I do. With Quailthorn having survived her close call, I think Sleekstar might want her to rest in camp just a tad, sending out Brushsprout and Elderlion instead as our medicine herb gathering patrol, and I don't think he'd have them have a warrior escort either, because we are so short on cats who can patrol right now. Ooh. Let's go ahead and proceed. We are medicine cats, after all. Oh, why does this always happen? Ah, it's so sad. Elderlion has found this twice now. If only the whispers would come soon enough for him to actually save the kits. This is so depressing. I feel like Sleekstar would leave Scratch Eagle in camp just to guard Quailthorn and the others in camp because he's probably a bit paranoid at this point. So does that... Ooh, it does tell you. Interesting. I like that. I probably should have discovered it before. Oh, well, yes, please. Hornet Talon rushes the kit back to camp. The kit is nursed back to health and promised a place in the clan. Well, that's good. I mean, while we might antagonize, say, a loner or a rogue or a kitty pet on our land, just a little kit that could potentially add to our numbers, it doesn't make any sense for us to antagonize them. And I think Sleekstar and Hornet Talon would understand that. They definitely need more members if they're to survive this leaf bear. And here is a good look at little Azalea Kit. He is a male kitten who is quiet. Interesting. And in his history it says he's been found by the clan as a kit and has been living with them ever since. The only cats he has any relationship with are those that found him so far. Rosefeather recovered from their mangled tail. Quailthorn got yellow cough right after surviving an attack by a predator. Leaf bear. Scratch Eagle didn't look where they were going and tripped over a small trunk. Oh man. Well, they twisted themselves onto their back before they could sprain a leg. I guess that's a good thing. It sounds really painful, but I guess he didn't sprain his leg. A few relationship events worth mentioning. Rhymedapple stutters while speaking to Azalea Kit. Maybe Rhymedapple is trying to explain to the kit that they're in this clan now, and whoever had them before probably won't be coming back for them. And Sleekstar wishes they could get their pelt to shine like Azalea Kit's. What? Sleekstar being jealous of a kit? Honestly, the fact that that even seems remotely possible is just kinda sad. Elder Lion thinks Otterfade was nice to them today. Brushsprout finds a bit of fluff, just like Rosefeather keeps doing. And Scratch Eagle bickered about something with Otterfade. Otterfade also had a disagreement with Quailthorn. And Azalea Kit is already congratulating Brushsprout for something. Wow, look at this. Is a bit cross with Azalea Kit. Yes, Sleekstar does not like this kit, confirmed. Hornet Talon wonders what Quailthorn is doing. Aw, that's really nice, considering that she's sick. Brushsprout wants to eat some shrew. Quailthorn has been hearing the voices of StarClan cats. It's a little concerning, considering that she does have a disease, which has proven to be deadly in the past in Savannah Clan. And look at that. Wow. That is definitely confirmation that something is going on here. Ooh, Elderline refuses to give another clan's medicine cat some herbs. Either it's one of those clans that MountainClan just doesn't like, or perhaps he realizes they need the herbs more right now, going through such a tough leaf bear, with his mentor being sick. Rosefeather tries to set a good example. Scratch Eagle spars with some clanmates. Rhymedapple is wishing Azalea Kit would play more quietly. And, of course, she has been hurt from that kitty pet encounter for 3 moons now. Otterfade has also been hurt and is somehow still helping to gather herbs. Well, I guess if your tail is hurt, your paws still work. And Azalea Kit whimpers in their sleep. I feel like with his mother coming so close to death, and with the clan itself on rocky ground, Sleekstar would want to maybe start a family of his own. Unfortunately, he dislikes Hornet Talon, and Rosefeather, who he likes, she dislikes him. I feel like looking at Hornet Talon and Sleekstar's page, they make a much better match, closer in age, and also she's ambitious, and also she doesn't like him. She doesn't dislike him, it's the other way around. So I think these two would make a good match. Now, Brave Holly and Sleekstar obviously would have made a better match because there was actually something going there. But I am going to go ahead and set him and Hornet Talon to be mates, I think. Also, there's literally nobody who's compatible to be mates with Sleekstar that he actually gets along with personality-wise. In fact, him and Otterfade, which definitely not... like, oh my gosh, the age difference there is crazy, but, yeah. There's jagged lines. There's no squiggly lines anywhere. So, I suppose this is as good as it's going to get for making mating pairs in this clan, and that is really, really important, as I tried to explain the first episode, because the rules for having kits outside of the warrior code are brutal, especially with Sleekstar being in charge. Meanwhile, we got Bunga over here, who's throwing a hissy fit at the vet. Yes. I feel like with his mother sick, Sleekstar would personally escort Elder Lion to gather herbs, because as much as he doesn't like the medicine cat profession, when it counts, when his mother's life is in trouble, he will just try and do anything he can to help her. So, we must proceed. At least Rosemary was gathered. I think this isn't exactly what Sleekstar was having in mind, but it isn't necessarily a failed patrol, so he can't really do much to Elder Lion. So that is just really, really, really bad timing, or just a real dig at Sleekstar. And his mother's. So I don't even know why Elder Lion would do that, because Elder Lion loves Sleekstar's mother almost as much as he does. After all, that is his mentor. Oop, that would be a big no-no, Rosefeather. Oh, well that's a relief. What? What in the world? Is Green Clan, like, what the heck? Green Clan? You can't be serious. Well, at least Rhymed Apple is healed, but, Brush Sprout is dead? And Green Clan? Green Clan! Did it? Like, did I forget to edit the clans in this? To make Green Clan, you know, like, something like Gracious, or Logical, or something else? Because, I mean, I guess it makes sense. MountainClan has always hated Green Clan. They've always tried to get rid of their existence. I mean, maybe Green Clan is finally fighting back. Jeesh. But that would be, you know, make sense for Savannah Clan. Really, but Green Clan? Like the peace-loving cats that just live, you know, like accept everybody into their clan and just, you know, sit around and have herbs and, like, plenty of prey. And why would they kill a medicine cat? A literal medicine cat? I just don't know. Wow. Okay. Unless it wasn't Green Clan. Unless somebody's trying to frame Green Clan. But which other clan? What even happened? Alright, I gotta go on. A kitty pet joined us at least, and their name is Eve. Scratch Eagle was moving some branches out of the way and got a splinter. Azalea Paws reached the age of 6 moons and is made an apprentice, Rosefeather being their mentor. And Brush Sprout has taken their place in StarClan. MountainClan mourns their loss, and their clanmates will miss the spot they took up in their lives. Moments of their life are shared in stories around the circle of mourners, as those that were closest to them take them to their final resting place. I mean, Sleekstar didn't like Brush Sprout ever, really. In fact, you can see I even adjusted their relationship to be even worse, but still, losing a clan member like that, we keep losing clan members. It's gotta hurt on some level. It's gotta feel like he isn't doing his job as a leader. Okay. Hornet Talon and Quailthorn are arguing now. Quailthorn doesn't think Brushsprout has been completely honest lately. That might be connected to Brushsprout's death? Maybe? Huh. What was Brushsprout not being honest about? Is there something more going on here? Well, I assume that was before Brushsprout died. I always think the moment a cat dies, usually the relationship events are before that happens, so. Huh. Brushsprout thanks Elder Lion for checking when they ask if they're feeling alright. Interesting. Both of their fellow medicine cats knew something was up with Brushsprout. Oh, several cats welcome Eve. That's new. I've never seen that in a relationship events before. Interesting. Here is Brushsprout, who is very surprised to find themselves in StarClan. And Raveholly wants to warn Sleekstar. Is it about something that has already happened that's tragic, or is it about something that is yet to happen? Maybe related to our prophecy from earlier. Or maybe Brushsprout's death might be as well. Well, apparently Sleekstar isn't two-faced. He's feeling sassy today. Unless that means he's feeling sassy as in he wants to go kill every Green Clan cat today. Hornet Talon wonders how Sleekstar is doing. Quailthorn wonders how her old friend Brushsprout is doing up in StarClan. Elder Lion refuses to give another clan's medicine cat some herbs. Yeah, I would too at this point. Rosefeather is helping to escort the medicine cat to gather more herbs. Eve is looking around the camp with wonder, and look at Eve. She's a new member. She is gray, which should help her survive the predator attacks a lot of the time. Unfortunately, she does have only short fur. Scratch Eagle wonders how Rosefeather is doing, and Rhymedapple is sparring with some clanmates. Otterfade is eavesdropping on Azalea Paw, who now looks like this. Man, a lot of these cats look really, really similar. Like, look at this. Azalea Paw, Eve, Scratch Eagle all have the same general pattern, and Scratch Eagle's brown, okay? And they're gray like Quailthorn, but none of these cats are supposedly related, but Eve and Azalea Paw just look so much alike. It can't be a coincidence, can it? Meanwhile, Bunga is over here being Bunga. Checking up on Sleekstar and Hornet Talon's relationship, it looks like it's probably about the same as when I said it. Of course, I didn't think to check how the relationship values had changed then, so we will never know. He still dislikes her a little bit. But, it looks like on her end things are going pretty well, so we'll have to see. Eve, being a new warrior, must go on her patrol to prove herself. And for a kitty pet, the rules are even harsher. They must prove themselves by being the leader of a patrol with a couple other cats and antagonizing if that is an option. If not, simply just proceeding. So we will have Scratch Eagle escort them. And I think that will be it. Just Eve and Scratch Eagle, because we don't have a lot of other cats to do other patrols, and Sleekstar as well. Kind of logical to a fault. He doesn't want to risk any other cats on this patrol, so oh man, Swamp Clan sent. We must antagonize. This is a trespass that will not be tolerated, and frankly should be reciprocated. Your patrol blatantly spreads their own scent on Swamp Clan's territory, ruining the clearly marked border lines. Well, at least we didn't encounter any claws or teeth this time, and Eve successfully completed her first patrol as a member of MountainClan. And honestly, with it being Swamp Clan, that makes 100% sense. MountainClan and Swamp Clan, they're a full-on civil war going on. They do not get along. Ooh, Sleekstar had a dream last night, and that actually matches up with what we saw in Brave Holly's status. And he describes an aspen tree growing up through and destroying a fern. But Elder Lion can't really make sense of what that could mean. We find a bird and we catch a bird. And quite a few hawks and eagles this moon, and that does ring a bell when it comes to the prophecy we had, but at the same time, it seems to be referring to a feather of a hawk that destroys everything that threatens sedge. So I'm not quite sure what that could mean. Scratch Eagle's small cut is no longer bothering them. Otterfade's mangled tail has healed, but the injury left them scarred, which is actually a good thing in this clan. It's noticed all of the catmint went bad. Well, that's not a good thing. So, some interesting things. Eve thinks they can tell Sleekstar something important. Eve also stutters when speaking to Otterfade. Is that romance going on, or just plain nervousness? Otterfade, Scratch Eagle, and Hornet Talon took a sunbath, and Scratch Eagle and Quailthorn said hello. Apparently, Sleekstar thinks Scratch Eagle never does anything useful, and Quailthorn thinks Sleekstar never does anything useful, of course. I think that's probably just her sickness getting to her. Rosefeather, Otterfade, and Scratch Eagle took a sunbath and had a little talk. Wishes they were still in their nest. Hornet Talon is eavesdropping on Elder Lion. Quailthorn is going to the bathroom, and her condition, well, she still has yellow cough. Elder Lion wants to get to know Quailthorn better. Rosefeather stares off into space with her own ailment. Eve feels underappreciated. Well, you just got here and you were a kitty pet. Give it some time. Scratch Eagle is missing Brushsprout. Aww. Rhymed Apple eavesdrops on Elder Lion. Otterfade is gnawing at a small bone busily. And Azalea Paw tries to recite the warrior code from memory. Bunga went and scratched up a tree. Good job. Brushsprout is discussing clan matters with Brave Holly, and Brave Holly wants to send a message to Quailthorn. Ooh, interesting. We're going to try sending Sleekstar and Hornet Talon on a date of sorts, because I don't know if this is gonna work out, if they completely kind of feel neutral towards each other and are just doing this to try and get some children or something. Oh man, this would be bad. Phew, good thing. This is Otterfade's cool-looking new scar, and I guess Otterfade will go with their brother to gather herbs. Oh dear, Elder Lion is grumpy. Well, Otterfade splashes water from a puddle onto Elder Lion's fur, and Elder Lion fluffs up like a bottle brush, turning around to quickly send a wave of water back towards Otterfade. They engage in a small water fight, and when they resume the herb patrol, Otterfade is glad to see Elder Lion looks much happier. Oh, I love that interaction. It's probably not too appropriate for MountainClan, but these two do seem like they get into some shenanigans together. And as long as the patrol is successful, it's none of my or Sleekstar's business. We must proceed. The patrol launches into battle, but Scratch Eagle is caught with a nasty bite, and the cats give up on challenging for the food in favor of quickly helping Scratch Eagle back to the medicine cat den. Ooh, this counts as a failed patrol, and the other rule is it has to be through the fault of one's patrolling, which might be the case after all. They did give up in order to help Scratch Eagle back. And of course they did decide to be mouse brains and go and fight a fox over a carcass of an animal that cats usually don't eat. But prey is scarce, so is it really their fault Scratch Eagle got hurt? I feel like under the rules that I wrote for this challenge, which are quite harsh, and under Sleekstar, who is in the strict category, after all, his personality literally is strict, that I must follow the rules. And the rules say that I either must make Scratch Eagle unable to have a mate and kits, or retire Scratch Eagle. Now, in the hopes that both the feather of the hawk means a child of Scratch Eagle, and that Scratch Eagle could also pass on that brownish-gray coloring, we are going to retire Scratch Eagle, which seems like a really bad move here, but this is a challenging challenge, and it's not as bad as having those genes unable to be passed on. Well, Quailthorn no longer has yellow cough, but now has a stomachache. And we need to get some more burdock. Relationship-wise, oh dear. Well, apparently that partnership isn't going very well. Quailthorn is bickering with Eve. Rhymed Apple saw Hornet Talon show off a skill they never knew they had. Rhymed Apple, Quailthorn, and Rosefeather had a nice talk while eating. Sleekstar, Hornet Talon, and Eve took a sunbath and had a small talk. Sleekstar asks Scratch Eagle how they're doing. Now that's interesting. Does Sleekstar feel bad about making Scratch Eagle into an elder? Is he regretting his decision there? I do think Sleekstar always admired the young warrior Scratch Eagle was becoming. Oh dear. Scratch Eagle talks with Otterfade. Otterfade is complaining Sleekstar never does anything helpful. Azalea Paw wants to spend more time with Quailthorn. Eve wants to spend more time with Sleekstar, and Eve asks Azalea Paw how they're doing. Hornet Talon wonders how Sleekstar is doing. Sleekstar is hungry. Quailthorn wonders how Rosefeather is doing. Elderline is eavesdropping on Rosefeather. Man, everybody's concerned about Rosefeather. Rosefeather wishes they had more scars. Well, in this clan, scars could actually help you survive freezing cold temperatures. Don't ask me why. Okay, Eve wonders how Hornet Talon is doing. Rhymed Apple is eavesdropping on Elderline. Otterfade is spending a considerable amount of time grooming. Azalea Paw was tasked with lining nests with fresh moss today. Well, perhaps Azalea Paw should go on patrol, and Scratch Eagle thinks about going on just a little jaunt outside camp. Poor guy. Now he's hurt and he can never be a warrior again, and he doesn't really know what to do now with his life. I don't think Sleekstar really likes having elders sitting around either, so perhaps we will have Scratch Eagle become something else. We will have to see. Things to come to Rosefeather? That doesn't sound good. And then Bravely wants to warn Hornet Talon. Goodness. Should I roll for these? So I think I'll have 1 and 2 be it. It has to do with another prophecy. 3 and 4 is nothing at all. And 5 and 6 is a new prophecy. Okay. So the Omen is a new prophecy. As storm clouds gather, a quick, white-furred she-cat will shine through. Fennel and Wasp will obscure the sun from view, and the fate of the clans will depend on the mint. Interesting. And for this one, also a new prophecy. Wow. Again, it starts with, as storm clouds gather, a quick-witted, red-pelted Tom will shine through. When a moss rises to power, the badger will fall unless the true hero ascends again. Odd that there are two just like this, and each of them features a distinctly separate cat. You've got to be kidding me. Another one? Like, how many visions can we get in this one episode? I'm gonna see if it's the same. I'm gonna roll with the same odds as I rolled for the others, because I don't want too many of them. And they do have a good idea of what they should do with it. So I rolled that this was one of the same visions, or a similar one, to one of the prophecies we've already gotten. Which, upon rolling again, is number 4. About the quick-witted, red-pelted Tom that will shine through when a moss rises to power. And apparently the badger is the one that we don't want to fall, and the true hero is the red-pelted Tom, of course. It does so happen that Elder Lion is a red-pelted Tom. Well, I mean, he's kind of reddish-brownish, but I guess he counts. And with that, I think we'll leave it off here for today. So be sure to like this video and subscribe to see more content like this. And next time, we should discover more what these prophecies are about that MountainClan and SavannahClan have been getting recently. And wow, it has been a roller coaster of an episode, with a lot of cats getting their warrior names and joining the clan, but then again, with Brushsprout dying, being found dead along the Green Clan border of all places, and with our relations with Swamp Clan already worsening. So, I hope you will join in next time.